Hello, Instagram. I am back for another live this evening, and I am so excited that you will all be joining me. I'm going to give it a few minutes for everybody to log on, and then we will have Ladosha Wright, our expert who was with us last Thursday, helping me out again. Hi there. It looks like Vittori, or maybe it's Victory. Hello. Oh my goodness, it's nice to see all of you waving. Thank you so much. Is anybody else feeling like today is a particularly draining energy day? I don't know what's going on. Is Mercury in retrograde or something like that? It feels particularly tiring today. So if you agree, put your hand up in the comments, because it has been a crazy Thursday. It's been like a Monday-ish kind of Thursday, if you will. I'm hoping I'm not alone in that. I guess they do say misery loves company, but I don't want everybody to be miserable. I just want to say, wow, what a Thursday it is. Yes, see, somebody's already agreeing with me. It's been the weirdest Thursday energy-wise, and we're going to try and change that energy with Ladosha and I this evening, but it has been one of those days, so I think all of us need to shake it off and have a fun and have some laughs. I was even thinking, well, do I play with some filters today to make us all feel a bit better? So I saw this one and thought, maybe I just need to keep things really sunny during this entire live and just act like this the whole time. What does everybody else think? Should I stick with the sun? Any votes for the sun? Oh, yes, lots of hearts are flying up that I should keep the sun since everybody's having such a strange Thursday. Cool. I thought that this was kind of a fun one. Let me show you the other one I thought was kind of fun. Oh, well, no, that's just lots of me loving myself, apparently. Let's see what else. Oh, this one. Who votes for this one to make it a really fun live today? I love that people are saying, yes, yes, do it. I felt like I needed it, and I figured if I needed it, other people needed it. It's probably the first week of quarantine that I really felt like I was like, man, this one is really rough. But again, we are the fortunate ones. There are people out there who are ill, and there are people out there who are fighting for all of us on the front lines. So I think I'll keep this one on for a little while, and then I'll switch it to the sun. We're just going to have a little fun today and make this a really great Thursday. If you are joining us, please do go ahead and say where you're joining us from. And I'm going to give it one more minute before we get started. This evening, we are going to be going over our primers and how you can get your hair primed and ready to go. We have 2 different primers, and we want you to ask as many questions as you have. We're going to talk about which ones to pick, what the benefits of them are, and we're also going to talk about a special we are having at myrevair.com that is not publicized. It's a buy one get one, so you may want to head over there and see it on our page. So I have somebody who is also having a really difficult week too, joining me from Washington, D.C. So I am feeling your pain of a long week, and I am sending you so much love. Thank you all for joining. So I'm going to tell you a bit about our guests today, and if you've been joining me here on Thursdays, or perhaps you've even joined me on one of our Friday events in the past, you might have seen her. Ladosha Wright is, first of all, she's a wealth of knowledge. Let's just start there. She is a certified master colorist. She's a cosmetologist. She's a trichologist, which is the study of the scalp. She specializes in textured hair. So if you're just seeing me with my wavy hair gone straight, and you have hair that might be type 3 or type 4, whether it's A through C, whether there's zigzag, or whether there's going to be a different kind of curl pattern, like more of a kink or a coil. She has seen it all, she has worked on it all, and she's going to be able to help you pick products for them. She has also been a social worker for 14 years of her life, and she has a really unique perspective about mixed families. And mixed families doesn't even have to mean mixed race. Within a family, there can be all sorts of different hair types. Hair type doesn't necessarily equate to race. And so hair texture is something that she is going to chat with us about. She is also the author of What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon, and I know she's going to give you plenty of tea today about what they don't tell you at the hair salon. And so you can ask as many questions as you'd like about hair products, about your hair in general, and then of course about RevAir, because we want to talk to you about how amazing our RevAir Reverse Air Dryer is, but today we want to focus on our hair care products that you can try at home. So without further ado, I am going to go ahead and invite Ladosha. If you're just joining and seeing my crazy filter, it's because I thought it would be fun on what's feeling like a really exhausting Thursday. And so I'll probably be changing it throughout just to keep you all on your toes. So if you like one in particular, throw up lots of hearts, because I think we could all use a little extra love today. So let me grab Ladosha and we'll get started. Okay, I am just searching for her now, and then we will get her invited. Move my camera around here for a second. Oh, thanks for throwing up the hearts, guys. Hi, Ladosha Wright.
What's up? What's up?
My filter went away when I joined you, but you're the best thing to make a day better.
Oh, well, let me just tell you, today is Throwback Thursday. So when it's throwback, you know what? You can bring up all your good energy, your good feelings from yesteryear or yester Thursday,
Yes.
and then the energy is just going to come back. So I remember Throwback Thursday when the Cabbage Patch was out. You know, we used to do the WAP, so get your dance moves on.
Yes.
So now you're feeling good all over again.
Now we can dance. I love it. I knew you were what I needed. It's so funny. When I came on today, I was like, do I just like shake it off, or do I get real with our audience and go, is anybody else having one of those Thursdays? And so many people were like, me. It's happening to me today. The quarantine is getting
well, you know
me,
what?
so.
Maybe it's been raining in Cleveland for like ever. So
That
we
could be for
finally
the people
have
there.
sunshine. Yeah, so we're all pumped and everything. So I'm like, hey.
Well, awesome. Well, I am so glad you're here, Ladosha. I always say you're my Ms. Right. You help me with all things hair, and I am so grateful for that. Of course, our audience is welcome from rainy Iowa, is welcome to ask us any questions they want. What I'll do, Ladosha, is I'm just going to go ahead and field those questions for you. As I was saying, you are the expert here. And while I work at RevAir, we are constantly learning from hairstylists like you. I am not a hairstylist, but where I might be able to help them is with certain ingredients that we have and that sort of thing. So I'll just set the tone here, and then we'll jump in if that's okay with you.
That sounds perfect.
Cool. Okay. So everybody, today we're going to talk about our primers, and we have a retail line of products for your home hair care, and it's called Tribology. And Tribology, yes, we're going to do our little product dance here. Tribology is made up of 3 products. Those 3 products are 2 primers and a shine spray, but tonight is all about getting primed and ready to go. And primers are really there to help you prepare and protect your hair. In particular, these beautiful primers from RevAir were designed to work synergistically with RevAir. And what I mean is, if you think about how RevAir, which stands for reverse air, uses suction, when you are using a blow dryer, you're trying to position that blow dryer to close the cuticle, but RevAir does that if you just go with the flow in the natural direction. And if you imagine that your cuticles are like roof shingles and they're up like this, if RevAir seals them down, imagine if you were using products that had ingredients in them in efficacy levels that actually changed portions of your hair. And that's what you're going to see today, is that if you have the roof shingle hair cuticle and good for you ingredients are going underneath each one of those shingles, and then RevAir is sealing it down, you're sealing in those good for you ingredients that are going to make you have much better results synergistically with RevAir than you would with anything else. Now, the products you're going to see, the reason they're called Tribology, there's a million reasons. But when you think of the word try, not only should you try these products, but try means 3. And the 3 pillars we really stand on are seal, strengthen, and shine. So we seal in the moisture with these products that have the Tribology complex. we strengthen the hair fibers, and we intensify the shine. And today we're going to talk about two of them. So before I go into the specific products, Ladosha, is there anything you want to say about primers as a category overall from the perspective of a hairstylist or just somebody who would be using them in their home routine?
Oh, but of course,
But of
seeming as
course.
seeming as I specialize in trichology, which of course is the science of scalp and hair, primers to me are essential to hair care, and just like primers are great for makeup, so you
Mhm.
put primers on your skin, they help the skin, it's a protectant. It's also going to help your makeup, go on nice and smooth. Well, remember, hair is skin. So to me, you should never style hair in any capacity without some type of primer or protectant. So as we talk a little bit more about the benefits of both of these wonderful products, which I use every day, and yes, I use them on my hair too, then we can break down the science and help our viewers, understand why these work so well. And we appreciate you guys so much for hanging
We
out with us this
do.
evening.
Thank you all so much for joining. We're so grateful. Well, we're going to talk first about our Wave Goodbye primer. And as I was saying just a minute ago, if you hadn't joined yet, we have an unadvertised, but you can find it on our site at myrevair.com. We are doing a BOGO. So you have a buy one, get one of our single primers, either full size or mini, and our accessories. So you can go over there and you buy 10, you get 10 things for free. All the details you can find online, but we're going to start with Wave Goodbye. So I'm going to give them just some down and dirty, like top level stuff about it. And then I'm going to have you jump in, Ladosha, and talk about it from how to
Okay.
use it perspective. So the first thing I will tell you about Wave Goodbye, and this is what it looks like here. Oh, wait, should I get my best like beauty blogger on and put my hand like this?
I'll
That's
get
just
get
like
your
beauty
booty.
blogger influencer
I was
thing.
gonna I was gonna say
You said
booty, but
booty blogger.
I said booty blogger. Beauty.
Booty
Sorry,
blogger.
guys.
So our Wave Goodbye is a cream gel hair primer. And if you have fine, thin, cottony, and or highly porous hair, this one is for you. It's fast absorbing, but it does penetrate the hair cuticle for deep conditioning. It also is going to be fortifying for the strands. So you're going to notice your hair looking stronger, but also you'll notice its resistance to damage. It will increase your manageability, and actually it helps it to detangle with ease. It protects it from breakage, and it increases shine. Are you guys ready for this huge number? Up to 358%. 358%. Now, it's a veggie-based protein, and it does have the tribology complex, which means that it has proven an effective level. So some people will say that they are sprinkling in some ingredients and your hair will appear shinier. This is saying it will make your hair shinier with scientific proof. So let me tell you the numbers. Let's just get to the numbers, the math of it all. 3.4 thickness boost is what women reported, almost 10%. A 32.8 surge in the gloss or shine of their hair, and a 13.62 gain in how strong their hair became. So these things are proven and they are effective, and they're not products that you have to be concerned about buying and not working. So with that in mind, Ladosha, do you want to talk about your favorite parts of it and how to use it now that I've told everybody what's in this amazing bottle?
That's right. Now let me just say this to all you wonderful people who are spending your beautiful evenings with us, and how much we appreciate you. I'm an author, so I've got the huggy lowdown. I love to write, so I have all my notes and everything that I was writing at work, and then I added some more. And I'm a little overachiever, as Scott calls me. He calls me the consummate
I
overachiever.
I don't
And
know
so,
how many hours more you have in your day than I have mine. It's unbelievable.
So I'm going to share with you guys from a hairstylist perspective, because remember, as a cosmetologist, we're working with hair intimately, number one. Number two, we have a slight competitive advantage over the customers, if nothing but for the simple fact that we're on top of your head and we can see things that you guys can't see. That's one. Two, we also have things like microscopes in our salons that validates the science that she's talking about. That's two. And then three, because we know that home hair care is extremely important to you, then, we can help make this really, really easy to understand. So let me just, I'm going to give you guys some three different reasons why I professionally and personally know that Wave Goodbye is going to be the product for you when we're talking about primers. Now remember, primers are all about getting your hair ready for you to manipulate it, whether you're going to put heat on it or you're going to braid it or comb it or whatever. So priming is going to actually prep the hair. So remember, she said that the tribology is all about sealing, it's all about strengthening, and it's all about shining. Now, the outer layer, she talked about those shingles. So that is your cuticle layer. That's what your hair is mostly comprised of.
That's
When you
my
use this,
very layman's term how to
that
describe it. I hope I'm doing okay with that.
you are just perfectly, perfectly fine. So as cosmetologists, that outer layer, like that's our job. If we don't rock the cuticle layer, then you guys are like, if the train jumped the track, do you want your money back? You guys are gonna want your money back because you're like, my hair looks, ugly, it's dull, it's not looking right, it doesn't feel right, it's not manageable. So now with this product, you're gonna get those three things. The added benefits is that this product is multifaceted. So not only can you use it with the RevAir, but if you like to braid your hair, if you like to, you detangle, you're looking for manageability, you're going to get that out of this product. That's number one. Number two, when you protect the outer layer, which is that cuticle, the second layer is where your color and where your strength is, right? And
I did
so
not know this. Okay.
yes, so the second layer is where we get our color and our curls, our texture. So when that layer becomes compromised, then your hair is no good. So when you use this product, you're going to protect that second layer. And this is Corona color, let me just tell you. So my color is literally about 3 months old, but it doesn't look like it. Why? Because I use this product and I have some real customers on this feed who can verify, yeah, she does use this stuff in the hair salon. So number one, you're going to get that added bonus protection where you're going to protect the second layer. Number two, you're going to get that manageability. And then number three, it's multifaceted in as much for Afro curly hair. So when you think of the number, it says 1 and 2. Now, most people of color think that curly, coily, or kinky texture is like this really difficult to manage, something like a Brillo pad, that's really hard to come through. Well, you know what? This product says we don't do the race card when it comes to hair. So it's right there. So number 1 and 2 is for finer texture hair and Afro hair. Afro curly, Afro coily hair is very fine hair in spite of its spongy, coily, resilient appearance. That hair is fine. And so people will complain that when they straighten it out, it looks so limp. It doesn't have that fullness. Well, when you use this, you will automatically get that fullness. So the language on here will definitely help speak to people who are concerned about their hair. If it looks one way, when it's curly and frizzy and afro, you're rocking your Angela Davis, and then the other one, you're like, I don't know. So this right here, you guys, you got that going. So those are
Now
my three reasons.
talk to me. And if you're just joining us now, we're talking about our RevAir Tribology Primers today. There are 2 of them, and this is Wave Goodbye. It's a cream gel hair primer for fine, thin, cottony, or highly porous hair. And Ladosha is taking us through it. We've talked about how it fortifies the hair to make it stronger. We've talked about the fact that it prevents fiber fatigue of the hair strand. But what we haven't talked about is how they apply it. So how would one use it?
You see how I put it on my hand? See how we work together? This is why we here. You see what I'm saying? You know, give me 5, girl. Give me 5.
Bam! Even with my filter, I'm feeling
that's right. Okay, all right. So we're right there. So here is probably the number 1 reason why people get a response when it comes to using hair care products. Remember, in my book, I got this book here titled
What's the name of that book?
It's titled What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. So this book is telling you that hair care is about 3 things: the right products, the right tools, and the right techniques. So you have the right products, your fingers, and the RevAir is the tool. So now we have to get you down to the technique. So when you apply this product in your hand, read the manufacturer's instructions. Believe it or not, they really have instructions on here. So always read your instructions, okay? So once you put the product in your hand, then that's about a dime size amount. Now, more hair, you're going to do it in sections, okay? So you're going to apply it, and you're going to rub it all over like you're putting on lotion. The biggest mistake we make is we pocket in our hands, and we do this, and then we go straight like this. No. Now, remember, it says for 1 and 2. And that is for finer, softer hair, be it coily, curly, wavy, straight, afro, or kinky, if you like that word. Remember, forget the race. So those textures are softer, but the
hair
density,
texture,
meaning
not race.
Yes,
hair texture.
And you could have
anyone and have kinky hair.
Doesn't matter. So you could also have a lot of fibers. So it's imperative that you rub it all over like lotion, and then you're going to start from your ends. Don't start from here because you'll wave the hair down. So you're going to start from your ends, and then you're going to work the product through. And by it being all over your hands, as you can see, now you can get it through the hair. Next thing up, you're going to take your comb, and now you have to distribute the product throughout the hair, because 98% of the world, the human population, has some degree of texture.
Sure.
So with that being said, it's imperative that you comb it through to ensure that you're getting the product all onto the fibers before you RevAir it. If you just take it and do like this and put it on, then you'll say, that product doesn't work. It's for white people. It's for people with good hair. No.
It's not just for Becky. It's not just for Becky.
It's not for Becky. It's not for Kilolo or Shaniqua, okay? It's for every single person who has the textures 1 and 2, which is really soft to almost medium. So that's going to be who the product is for. Now, the question is, well, how do I know how strong or how weak my hair is? You could take 1 strand and do a good old-fashioned strand test. So if your hair snaps quick, it's fine. If it takes a little while to snap, meaning it's not too strong, not too weak, if it never snaps, meaning you tug it and it never will snap, that's considered coarse or strong hair. So now you know which one to use. But the language is on there.
You're just teaching all the things today. You're just teaching all the things today.
So it's just that simple, guys. So remember, a little is going to go a long way, especially when you comb it through. So there's no such thing as taking the product and just rubbing it. You're going to have to start from the ends, work your way up, and then comb the product through, and then grab your RevAir, and I promise you, your hair is going to look like Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. And as I was saying, some of you might not have joined at this point, but when you use the RevAir, because it uses that reverse air, which creates a vacuum effect. So people joke all the time that this is like a vacuum, but let me tell you what's good about a vacuum. This is going to seem like a real weird analogy, but just go with it.
We'll take it. Go for it.
If you think about like when you are trying to marinate something, how you'll vacuum seal it into a bag for the marinade to really go. I'm vegan, so like here I'm over here talking about marinating meat and I don't even eat it. But what I do know before I was vegan is that you marinate the meat, and if you vacuum seal it into something, right, it is helping to put even more of that marinade further into it. And so what happens if you think about doing your RevAir is if you're using that and it's using that vacuum, it's also sealing down those cuticles. And if you have good for you ingredients like we do in levels, in efficacy levels that really allow you to see a difference in testing, which all of these products have tested at those levels, if you do that, you are going to see a huge difference between just kind of those throwaway products that you're putting in for putting in sake. And really you're buying 2 of those bottles to 1 of this. So let me just say again that if your hair is like roof shingles and the good for you ingredients are under there and you are sealing them down synergistically using the RevAir, then you are getting benefits that are like 1 + 1 equal like 1,000. 1 million,
right,
not
right.
just 2.
And
so I think that's like a super important thing for people to realize that, yes, you can use these products with a blow dryer, but you're going to see a tremendous difference when you use them in tandem with the RevAir.
Right. And so her question is, she says, this is naturally TD. She says, after those products, would a flat iron be needed for the sleekness? It depends on the level of straightness that you want to see on the hair. And you can flip-flop to, you might just want to wear it straight. You may want to take it to another level and get your hair even more sleek. So it depends on how your hair looks after you RevAir it. That's number 1. Number 2, if your hair has a propensity to revert, then I would suggest that you go ahead on and flat iron it. Now, what you won't need is much heat. So if you're used to, most textured hair will at least need 450 degrees of heat. Don't believe the hype about less heat. That's a whole nother, we'll have to talk about that. But when it comes to flat ironing,
for another day.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah. So when you're the traditional way with the blow dryers and stuff, you would need that 450 degrees of heat to actually keep the cuticle from opening back up throughout the day. But remember what she said, and this is why I'm telling you guys, this is not a joke. The RevAir is the real deal. Holy feel. Now you afros and girls know how I feel. Yeah, y'all thought so cuss, okay? So now remember, when that RevAir is actually pulling the cuticle flat, and because the ingredients are going to seal it, you'll never ever need the 450 that you traditionally needed with the blow dryer. So because the blow dryer, you have to force it, like she said, with the brush. If you're using an attachment on your blow dryer, forget about it. It ain't never gonna happen. You're just blowing your hair off, and you're making the hairstyle, you're making this very rich. So we love when you put those attachments on, because the attachments, you're gonna pay me some big bucks. But if you use a Denman brush, you're gonna save some money. If you use the RevAir, you're gonna definitely, you're gonna save a lot of money and a lot of time.
I'm seeing in the comments, Naturally TD says it's the best dryer I've used in my life. Another is saying, I use my RevAir on cool and I don't even need the heat. So thank you so much for sharing in the comments.
Absolutely.
People want to hear it from real users. Now, I feel like it's time to change my filter, and we will move on to one. I'm going to pick the sun. If you can see it there, I'm going to pick this sun because we're going to talk about one that has a thermoprotectant. So I figure I'll just kind of put this on to symbolize heat. What I want to share next is our Play It Straight primer. So as I mentioned, we have 2 primers. You want to go to myrevair.com right now because we have an unadvertised, I'm just sharing it with you all here, an unadvertised BOGO special. So it's buy one. Hi, Barbados. I wish I was in your house right now. But we have an unadvertised promotion going on with our full size or our minis, and also with our hair accessories of buy one, get one. So pop on over there and don't miss it. So next we're going to move on with my son here about thermoprotectant. We're going to move on to our Play It Straight. And Play It Straight is a rich balm hair primer. So the other one was a cream gel. This one is more of a rich balm. There we go. Our lovely Vanna is showing you. It's for coarse, textured, wiry, frizz-prone hair. Again, that doesn't mean African-American hair. That anybody of any color can have hair that is coarse, textured, frizz-prone, and wiry. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It's about hair texture. It's intensely moisturizing, and it locks out the frizz. It's going to increase your manageability, and it does have advanced thermoprotection that seals in shine. So as I mentioned, all of the products that have the Tribology complex are all about strengthening, creating shine, and sealing that cuticle. You also, if you continue use of these, so obviously it's not going to happen just the first time because these things work over time, but when you use this over time, you will strengthen your hair strand. You will reduce your drying time when you use this, and you will also be able, if you don't want to straighten your hair that day, you can use this one to give yourself a more enhanced frizz-free curl, which is a great kind of secondary option for it. Just like the other, just like its sister product, Wave Goodbye, the Play It Straight tested out, again, in testing, so we're not just saying these things, nearly a 14% gain in strength of the hair strand, nearly a 33% surge in the gloss or shine of the hair, and nearly 16% lengthening benefit. So if you're somebody who does see shrinkage, which I've been learning a lot about, it's not just men at the beach, it's with hair too.
Stop it, Judy.
If you've been seeing like your hair is super curly and then it's 50% longer, imagine getting even almost 16% more of your lengthening benefit to it with just this product. So without further ado, and this is part of the BOGO, why don't you tell us about this one, Miss Ladosha?
All righty, mighty Aphrodite. So here we go. Now remember, the right products, the right tools, and the right techniques. And a super duper shout out to the young ladies who gave us some input on the temperature that they are using on their flat irons. That's what we're talking about. Again, you don't need as much heat when you use the device and you use these products. So I agree with the real live users that you will not need as much heat when you use these products. And if you like to go between straight hair and curly hair, I promise you that RevAir will give you the flexibility to either go curly, straighten it out, or pick your afro, or pull it back, or your ponytail, whatever you want to do, you're going to be able to do that when you use either the device and of course she said you have the products that's going to go along with it. So now here I put some out on my hand here. So again, remember, a little goes a long way. What we want you to understand is that when you're using primers, especially the Play It Straight, when you use the RevAir device with it, it's going to help the product spread. So you do not use a lot. Now, I was brought up in the hood. And in the hood, you have to get a whole lot, scoop it on out. Now, we don't have to do that, guys. So just a little, and per the manufacturer's instructions, again, you're going to rub it. And this is also heat or friction. And so that's going to allow you to work the product through the hair.
It, right?
Right, and you can feel it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll feel it. And again, you want to rub it all over like lotion. This, guys, you're going to save so much money. The objective is to actually use the product. Don't save this for Easter. Don't save it till when the coronavirus passed by. No, guys, we want you to use it now, but you can get a better bang for your buck if you use the product per the manufacturer's instructions with the right technique. So
And
rub it
now
all
there's
over.
a BOGO.
Woo woo! And so again, you're going to start it from the ends, working it through your hair. Now, if you're going to wash and wear, you can put it in your hair, comb it through, and like she said, shazam, bam, that's it. If you're going to smooth it out, again, you're still going to comb the product through. Whether you wash and go or whether you're going to follow through with the RevAir, you must comb the product through your hair. And one of the reasons that I like about this product is that it actually has an ingredient in it that's in conditioners that helps make the hair soft. But here's the catch, guys. This does not make the hair so soft that those cuticle layers start slipping off. This is one of the reasons why I'm not
I've never heard about that. Tell me about that. What does that mean?
Yes, so typically what happens is most people with textured hair, they have this notion that the hair is very difficult. So they'll run for the moisturizing products. They want moisture shampoo, moisture conditioner, deep conditioners, really, really rich creams and oils and balms and butters, cocoa butters. You don't want to use your shea butters. You don't want to use your coconut oils. No, 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 no. Those are actually, they are so heavy, you'll have an adverse effect. So what's going to happen is now those other products are so heavy that the cuticles layers, those shingles will start to slip off. When you use this product, you don't get that. This is why you can go straight to curly when you use the RevAir, because the cuticle layer stays intact. I have put it under a microscope just about every week since I've used the brand, and it's consistent. It has not been off kilter, not one time. So the cuticle is going to stay intact and it won't come off. When the cuticle starts slipping, now you're complaining that your hair, you're losing texture. It's stringy, it's straight, it's limp.
It's fair to say, so is that when people say that something's affecting their curl pattern? Is that what you're meaning? Okay.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that I'm understanding that that's
right,
what that means, because sometimes we hear that, and I always say to people, you know, we're not saying at RevAir, we're not saying straight hair is prettier. We're saying a healthy hair is the most beautiful hair. And if you're going to straighten it, this is the healthiest way to do it, because it doesn't affect that curl pattern. And
because
it will allow you to wash your hair and have it where it was, and probably even make it healthier in time. But now what I hear you saying is, not only is it a tool that can affect the curl pattern, you're telling me that if you use the wrong product, so something unlike this, you will in fact also affect your curl pattern.
Yes, you can. Now she's asking, and this is Mrs. Dreer, can you use the products together? No, you don't have to cocktail. So, and I don't cocktail this and add oil. I don't cocktail this and add some type of another cream. You know, trust the process on the product. And what it's telling you is that the hair has to be clean. When your hair isn't clean, it will give you a false read, giving you that illusion that you have to do more to it. And so remember, hair is skin. So the hair must be squeaky clean. But if you're constantly putting all those heavy conditioners, the hair is you're going to get a false read, because now the hair is too soft, and now you're moving into what we call over processed hair. And so once the hair becomes over processed, even if you use this, you're going to have an adverse effect. So please make sure that your hair is really clean, and then you're going to follow the manufacturer's instructions, and you will not have to, you know, cocktail. That's what we call it. You won't have to cocktail, and you won't have to use a lot. And remember, she says the more you use this, the better it gets, because you're conditioning your hair. When you protect the outer layer,
and
then the second layer.
I mean more in duration, not
Yes,
more in
frequency in
quantity.
product.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And so so once you protect the outer layer, the second layer, which is where your strength and your texture and your color is, it's better. So I do have a light beaming down on top of my color, but you can see,
So do
so
I.
there's my regrowth. So I'm 100% white. But when you see the hair coming down, you don't see like blonde, yellow, all you see is a nice smooth color. Why? Because per my homegirl, up there, Crystal, she just told you guys that it's laying the cuticles flat. So it's protecting that color. So my color is actually going to last even longer. And you can see the pliability. This is the type of stuff that we want to see happen with our hair. You want to be versatile. Maybe you want to wear your hair off. Maybe you want to comb your bangs and wear it back down. You're looking for versatility. You can do that with this product. Why? Because it's protecting the second layer. So you're going to get the best bang for your buck. And when you're talking about buy one, get one free, you can have one, for wash and go. You can use this for cornrow braids. You can use it to help with your afro. It is multifaceted. Men have a tendency to have stronger hair sometimes. So even for men, I RevAir my son's hair with it, and it was like the bomb. I think that's the most likes I ever got on social
No.
media. So it does work on men's hair as well.
That's awesome. Well, I have learned a ton just now. I mean, that's stuff I would have never known. So I'm so grateful. That is the stuff they don't tell you at the hair salon. Why don't you tell us about your book again?
Okay, so this book is my second book. I have 3 books out now. So this is the second book, What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. It's the outreach worker who dares. So I dare to tell the world what needs to be talked about, which is what Crystal and I are talking with you guys about tonight. We want you guys to understand that home hair care is where it's at. As a professional cosmetologist, our job is to help navigate that home process. So even though the pandemic has people like, oh, I got to get back to the salon. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Some people can't get back to the salon. So
Right.
this book, along with RevAir, we can help you guys out. This is why they're having this special, so that you guys can have what you need at home to be as versatile as you like. And again, another good thing, all of this washes out very easily.
It does.
No buildup. Your hair doesn't build up. It's just so great. So again, this book is going to help you with what they don't tell you at the hair salon. A lot of facts, a lot of aha moments. It's validating, so it will validate what you already know. And if you don't know, it's going to bring some insight. So it's not going to dumb you down. It's great for your daughters, your moms, your cousins, your teachers, cosmetology students. This book is for everybody, and I think it's it's content heavy, but it's very fun. It's a fun read.
Where can they get the book?
And so the book is available at lwrightbooks.com. And that's my first name, lwrightbooks.com. And it's actually on sale right now, and also on my Global Hair Care Patreon. So it's downloadable, so you can either buy the book or download the book. Either way, you're in a win-win situation.
Well, what's really exciting is for years, while I'm not a hairstylist, I've always worked on the management side of salons and spas. And as I was working there, I really got some unique perspective on home care products. One is, if your stylist uses this in the salon to send you out looking a certain way, that's proof that you need it at home to achieve those same results. Because the professional is using them in that moment to blow you away and make you look fantastic as you walk out the door. So you're going to need those same things when you get home to recreate that look. The other thing was, I once had somebody tell me about the cost of hair care products, And I learned this actually from somebody who I hold in such high regard. His name is Michael Gordon, and he is the gentleman who founded Bumble and Bumble, the hair salon and the line. And I was able to work with him years ago. And when he and I were talking, we were talking about the cost of hair products, because if you remember, now people get it, right? They get it. Like back in my day, like if you got a zit, your mom would be like, here's some Clearasil like pads and like call it a day. Now your mom will take you to like the dermatologist, right? Back then it was like, here's some like Suave shampoo or like some, just like the cheap, whatever was the cheapest your mom bought you. Now we understand how it really affects our hair. Like science has shown us the importance of caring for your hair in certain ways. So the long and the short of it, when it comes to the cost of really good hair care products for me, is that if I go through my closet, and with all this pandemic stuff, I've been like cleaning out closets and all this home stuff. When I clean out my closets, I find more things that I've bought that still have a tag on them that I've never worn that cost way more than one of these things. And these things you will wear every day. So it's pennies a day to look your best and to take care of the thing that you wear every single day. And so to me, that's a really important thing when it comes to hair care and the pricing of that and how you look at it. And what I will tell you is it's like getting 50% off right now, because it's a BOGO at myrevair.com on all of the hair care products, full size and mini, as well as the accessories. That is an unadvertised special, so head on over there now. Miss Ladosha, they can find you at MS Ladosha, LADOSHA, on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Is that right?
Everywhere. Just Google Ladosha and you're going to get everything except my home address. And can I just add that you'll get a good
anything.
You will get, we say in the salon, when you come to the hair salon, you're making an investment in yourself. So when you buy your hair care products, you're making an investment in yourself. And investments are all about what? ROI. So you want to get the best return on your investment. And when you buy these products, you're getting the best return because they are multifaceted, they are user-friendly, and the tribology. Remember, seal, strengthen, and shine. I promise you guys, just scroll through my Instagram page, scroll through LinkedIn, go Google the RevAir Design Team and read the reviews. And those are what we call real hair on real people in real life. No filters, no fancy models, just everyday home girls and home boys, just like
you don't need all that. You don't need all that when it works. Now, I have a fancy filter, and I want to thank all of you. When I started this Thursday, I was saying, oh, I'm so depleted today. It's like exhausting. And so many of you were raising your hand saying, me too, it's been a rough day. And you guys have let me have fun with filters on here, and Ladosha's amazing spirit, and all of you shouting out in the comments to me and throwing up hearts as fast as you could. I think we all turned around each other's Thursday. So I hope anybody else who is like, oh, Thursday, it feels like Monday, is now walking
You'll get your cabbage patch.
Smile. Walking away with a big smile, and we'll watch Ladosha and I dance ourselves out of here. So until next Thursday, when we'll be here again for another Q&A, and we'll be going over Bright Spot Shine Spray, we wish you all a wonderful holiday weekend. It's Memorial Weekend. So to all the people on the front lines, and then to all of those who have made freedom possible for all of us, we thank you. So dance on out, Ladosha.
And you know what I said when I'm signing out, right? A whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love, and a whole lot of hair. And if you ain't got no hair, don't worry about it, y'all. Just rub your beautiful, beautiful bald head. Bye.
Bye.